Welcome to this AMA today, as we're going to be chatting about a bunch of the FAQs, the frequently asked questions that we get from you, our community, that we would like to at least address today. But before we get into all of that, Marius is going to be taking us through some of the charts, more specifically our BTAF token and the BNB analysis as well. Then we'll be chatting with Niku more about MetaMask and, of course, PancakeSwap. And so how are you going to be able to import at least the correct token address, how you can import some BNB, and then get onto PancakeSwap and buy some BTAF tokens. And then I'll give you guys a quick rundown of a few other things. And then during this time, we'd love to hear from you in the chat, or at least the Q&A down below. If you have any questions around anything that you might be struggling with around MetaMask or PancakeSwap or anything else, we will be addressing a bunch of those at the end of the call. And then we're also going to be giving away some BTAF tokens as well to one, maybe two of the questions. But yeah, we'd love to hear from you, ladies and gents, around anything that you might want more information on. But without further ado, Marius, will you show us some magic? Thank you.
Absolutely, I would love to do it. Thank you very much for everybody who's joining from around the world. The BTAF token is strong, the company is doing good. Bitcoin Trainer Forecast is actually having a really phenomenal month. And remember this, that year on year, we grew 29.7%. Now remember, we're not the Doge token, we're not the token that has got no utility behind it. We actually have got a working project. And the working project really is, when you look at this, John, you know, is the company, Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, bitcointaf.com. And if you look at the company here, we started way back in 2016. So we're way old. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're now in our 7th year. So I see a future with us for 20 years, 30 years. The company is big, the company is growing. And as I say, year on year, guys, this is very important because now you understand what the BTAF token is about. Year on year, from the year 2021 till 2022, 29.7% growth. But keep in mind, that's in a down market. You imagine what's going to happen now. So for that now, for me to explain what is happening here, I'm going to turn back here to BNB. Now, most of you know that we built the BTAF token on the BNB network. But what I want to show you here is that we've built the BTAF token on the BNB network on the BSC Smart Chain. Now, we launched it right at that point there. See this little line here there, according to BNB. And then what happened is we had that little bit of upcycle there. We came down here to that point there. And if you look at exactly the point where we got in, it was approximately that point. And you can see that BNB is standing there now. Now, any good utility token will literally outperform BNB if you are built on the BNB network. Now, keep this in mind. I'm going to give you an idea of what the price is, the price difference. So that is 14%. BNB, if you held BNB, it rose 14%. Now, what I'm going to show you now in the BTAF token is in no way, I want to give you this disclaimer, we are not giving you a buy price. We're not telling you to buy it. We're not enticing you to buy it. I'm not shilling the coin. But I'm just going to show you objective data. Because remember, guys, we are a utility token. And mark my words, you guys have come with us since 2016. Mark my words, this is going to happen. In the future, when the regulation comes out, our token is going to be safeguarded, most likely against all the regulation that comes out. The question is why? Why? Why will we be standing? Because I foresee that there's going to be 1,000 or 2,000 coins of the 14 or 18,000 tokens and cryptos in the world that will stand. 2,000, maybe 4,000 maximum. We will be one of them. The reason is that we are a utility DeFi token. We are not a security token. Okay, step number 1. Step number 2, we are working with the Australian government. We're based in Australia. Our token is approved by regulatory environments in Australia. It's honest, it's ethical, it's registered with the Australian Securities and Investments Commission, you know, the company. Okay, so that makes it a whole different ballgame. Now, keep in mind that BNB rose 14% from this launch date of 11 October till today. Now, let's go back and we quickly have a look at BTAF token, and then I'm going to be done here. BTAF token, if you look at the bottom that we created here, right at the bottom there, we're going to take it from two levels. The price that we launched on, this price here, and we're going to take it here from the bottom. From the bottom, right to where we are now, the token jumped 135%. What did BNB do? 14%. So we are literally outperforming BNB. If you were to take it right there from this line here, 66%. That means we outperform BNB 5 times, 6 times. For me personally, this makes a really great entry point, because remember what you want to do, you want to get as much BTAF tokens now while you can, because you can use it as a utility token to pay for your products and services on Bitcoin Trend and Forecast. There's a number of products that's available that you can purchase. When you go here to products, what you're going to see there is on the left-hand side, you can go to BTAF Pay here, click on that, and you say filter, and that will give you the products that you currently can pay with BTAF tokens. In the coming months, we're going to release a lot more products that you can pay for BTAF tokens. Guys, we are standing now on over 11,500 transactions. Think about this for a second. 11,500 transactions, way more. We're probably now at 12,000. We're growing. And soon, staking is going to come out. With the staking, just be patient. With that said, I want to hand over to you, Nico.
Thank you very much for that, Marius. And straight to Nico, totally. I kind of wanted to remind everybody about the AMA we had 2 weeks ago, where we did touch on potential projects coming up as well as staking. So definitely keep your eyes peeled on the announcement channel. We did say it'll be happening sometime soon, but I'll give more information on that shortly. But for now, Nico's got the stage for the next little while as we start to hear more about, or at least be reminded about MetaMask and PancakeSwap. And as a reminder, if there's something you're still unsure of, please do drop the questions down in the Q&A down below. But without further ado, Nico, over to you.
Thanks so much, John. Really appreciate it. And yes, like John said, we had a lot of questions about MetaMask. How do we do MetaMask? How do we do PancakeSwap? Where do you go? What number do we put where? So we thought just today we're going to show you slowly. I'm going to take you slowly through it. And you know, the people in my UTC course, they know I'm a slow guy. I tend to go slowly. I want to explain properly to you what to do. So that's what I'm going to do. So before anything, let me jump here to a screenshot of Binance. Now, for us to buy BTAF token, we need to transfer funds from, say, exchange into MetaMask. So don't worry about that. We'll get to that now. But what I want you to make sure so long is that you've got your BNB in a withdrawal wallet. With other words, you have bought your BNB, it will be in your withdrawal wallet. This will be addressed. Now, I'm using Binance here, but like I said, any type of exchange that you use. So what we'll do is we're going to enter an address here and make sure it's on the BSC, Binance Smart Chain network. And you will see it's BEP20. I now just took out my address here, but when you have the right address in here, it will tell you automatically, wallet address automatically match the corresponding network. You know you're good. It's green, it shows you it's good. So you can just go and choose the amount of BNB you want to transfer over to MetaMask to go buy your tokens. So you can just say either max, or you can fill in here what amount of BNB you want to change over there. So make sure you have BNB ready to send. So first things first, also make sure you've got our Bitcoin TAF token website open, because there's some vital information on here. And what we're going to look at is the contract address. It's very, very important, this contract address. And make sure it is btaftoken.io. And this is the only number you will use. We only use this number. And we did speak 2 weeks ago about a lot of scammers that go and duplicate our account, or want to duplicate us just to scam you. We only use this number, and we keep with this number. Right, so first of all, MetaMask. So if you don't have MetaMask installed, you just go to Google and you say MetaMask. You Google it. We'll jump up. You'll see that's the Fox. That's the one you're looking for. And you go to metamask.io. And it will jump up over here. So what you can do, if I'm like on a desktop, you can go download the MetaMask little software onto your desktop. Or you can see here, I'm on the Firefox browser at this stage. So Google Chrome will have a different one here, but you can see it picks up that I have Firefox. So you can just say download for Firefox. Now, once you've downloaded this app and it's on, say, either your desktop or it's busy installing here, it will take you through the steps of installing it. And once you've completed it, you put in your details, everything, you will see here on the right-hand corner of your desktop screen, you will see the little fox face there. That means the mask is now installed. The MetaMask is now installed on your browser. So then we're done with the installing process of MetaMask. So we can close that. We just go back to the Google one there. And once MetaMask is installed, you will see this type of thing. Now, I've already installed mine, and you can see I've got a couple of accounts here on MetaMask. But what I want to show you now is you will be new in this. So you will not have a MetaMask account yet. So you'll just have the wallet. We now need to create your MetaMask account. So what we go and do here, oh, another thing I also want to make sure, please make sure that you select the smart chain. The way we do it, you go firstly, once you open it, you go to this little top block here, click on it. You will see there's Ethereum mainnet and there's a smart chain. If you don't have anything here, just go and say add network. It will open this MetaMask thing here and it will say add. So you can go choose. So choose BSC, meaning Binance Smart Chain. So let's close that again. So let's open our MetaMask. And now we want to add the Bitcoin BTAF token address to our MetaMask. So how are we going to do that? We do it the following way. You go here, click on that little dot there, and you say create account. So once you have an account name, you can now name it anything you want. You can call it, say, BTAF, then you know it's your BTAF that you're buying. So let's do that. So let's say Nico BTAF. Then we know it's Nico's BTAF account. So that's my BTAF account. I'm going to create it. And once it's created, it will show up like this. Now it tells me, okay, Nico, you got no BNB in your account. It's on 0. You can see my account is 0. Now what we need to do, and there you will also see on here, Nico BTAF, there is an address there. So if you can either copy the address there, or if you go in here, expand, you can see account details. So you can go into account details and it opens up your details for this account. So don't worry, guys, I will delete this account after this video. So using this, going back to your BNB or your Binance, we're going to use now send to our address in MetaMask here. So what we do is you use that account there. You can say copy to clipboard. So if you click that little page, it looks like a little hamburger there. If you click it, it says copy to clipboard. It's copied. You come back to your Binance. You paste your address in there. Make sure it is BSC, BNB Smart Chain, BEP20, but it will show you if there's a problem, but just make sure. I always double check. So what I'll do is I'll open here, I'll go there, account details, and I'll double check on these two pages that that number there or that address there is the same here as this address here. Right, and then I will send BNB to Nico's BTAF here. So you wait like, I would say about 3-4 minutes these days. I think it's like 2-3 minutes. And then your BNB will appear right there. So we're going to I'm going to show another account now when we're going to use PancakeSwap. I just wanted to make that clear for everyone. So once you have this now, we need to import, remember, we need to add tokens to this account, to Nico's BTAF, because otherwise, how are we going to link PancakeSwap to go and swap for Bitcoin BTAF tokens? So what we're going to do is import tokens. Now you click here at the bottom, you see, don't see your token. Yes, we would like to import. You click import and it says, make sure you trust the token, and BTAF, we always trust the right address. Remember, we always need to look at the right address. So we go back to, remember, we had BTAF token open here. We need to go now, select that account there or that contract address. You'll see we already have small hamburger there. Click it there. It says copy. Now we go back to MetaMask. We go here. We say import tokens. We click paste. It pastes that address there, and it will show us BTAF is the symbol, and it will show a token decimal of 80. Then we say add custom token, and voila, we have BTAF now added to our smart chain there. So now I'm going to go to PancakeSwap. So everything's set up in your MetaMask. You're happy, you're on smart chain right there. You got your imported BTAF right there. We go back. So Nico's BTAF is now set up and my token is there. So I'm going to use a different one now that I transferred some BTAF into, called Nico 3. I've got about $14 BNB in there in my wallet, and I'm going now to show you how we're going to use PancakeSwap. So let's just minimize that. So we go back and we search for PancakeSwap. So let's go. Here we go. Go here to PancakeSwap home. And this jumps up with a small little bunny. That's always so cute for me. And what we first need to do, this is what's going to look, how it's going to look out for you. It's going to have their chains there. It's going to have a BNB Smart Chain, Ethereum, Aptos. So first make sure it is on BNB Smart Chain. It's going to select that. And you'll see there's a connect wallet button there, but we want to trade. So meaning we want to swap our BNB for BTAF tokens. So there's two ways you can do it. You can either go to this trade, swap, and you can go here to cake, click on that and go and search for BTAF. And this is where we need to be very careful. Add it there, and you can see there it is. It's now, we got BTAF and BNB. Or what we can do is go to the website as well, click on PancakeSwap, and it will take you automatically already to BTAF. When we do that, it will show already BTAF there for you. So that's maybe the easier way for you. Instead of going to type and search, maybe use the website as well. So let's use this one. But if it says connect wallet, if it's your first time, remember, we need to connect the wallet. Go back to your MetaMask. Make sure you're on the one that you have your BNB funds in. So that is this one. Then it ends on FCAE. So let's connect wallet. Then it asks you what wallet you want to connect. So there's a lot of wallets, but we've obviously installed MetaMask now, and it then go and connect our wallet. So if we go here to that drop down, go to wallet, it gives you this information here. Then what you again need to do is go back here, go look at the one we have BNB in, and look at this account details. You will see that address or that contract address there, and just match it up with that one there. And then you know, wow, it corresponds, it's golden, we're on the right track. Right. You always need to double check. So now I have connected. So my BNB, I want now to swap for BTAF token. So you got options here. You got a 25%, 50, 75, or maximum. So if you say max, it's going to take all your BNB you have available and push it in there. Or you can take 25%, which is then say almost $3 of my $14 or $15 I've got in BNB. But I feel let's go and do 50%, or let's do 75%. John, let's do maximum maybe, or I hope the fees is all right, but let's do 75, just to be safe and sure.
Yeah, Nico, I was just going to suggest and remind everybody, you always need to have BNB in your wallet because you need for gas fees, and that's for the transaction, basically the transaction fees. So just bear that in mind as well.
I know everyone wants to go maximum because you want to get as many BTAF tokens as possible. But like John said, we keep to fees. Remember, there's always fees we have to pay.
For instance, somebody wanted to buy more than 75%, but not 100%. Can they input the amount of BNB that they'd like to spend? If, for instance, you know, they know that 100% is, if you click on max over there, if they know that is that. So for instance, they still want to have some BNB change for gas fees, they could perhaps round that down to say 32,000 or 32 as an example, whatever it might be.
That's like, yeah, that's precisely $10 then they're like that. So you can go and choose manually what you want to do. But lots of people use the 25, 50, 75. Sure. It's just quick. But you can definitely go and enter as whatever you want to enter there. It's up to you totally. Sure. So I would say let's go for $10. Let's maybe let's do a manual one. And it will then give me, they say here, if I got that in there, it gives me a total of 291 BTAF tokens. Cool. So now the question comes in on slippage tolerance. Now, tolerance, if people don't know, there's this little pencil there if you want to click on that. And it shows you something here. It shows you swaps and liquidity. default transaction speed. Now, what it's got a lot to do, the tolerance, is about how fast your transaction is going to happen on the blockchain. That's what it basically boils down to. So you've got a standard 5, fast 6, or instant 7. You can even sometimes push tolerance up to 20%. It hasn't happened, but it depends also on the liquidity of what BTAF's liquidity is at present. So that's what it basically means. But let's keep it at 5%. Then I want to say, okay, I'm happy. I want to do $10. Then you do yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Would we recommend that they start at at the standard? If you go back to slippage tolerance, would you recommend that they perhaps first start at something standard, and then if so the standard there, and then perhaps 0.5, kind of thing, or would you recommend that they always start at 5% and work their way from somewhere down below?
I would say the speed of it is definitely what I found. The speed is not so different for me. So I would rather keep it kind of lower, look at a lower standard, like you said, before going more upper with the slip or the tolerance. That's what slippage. That's what I will do, So the lower the better, because remember, the higher you go, the more slippage or tolerance you're going to pay. And that's also got to do with the gas fee thing again. Because we always have to pay gas fees and transaction fees with these things, especially on PancakeSwap too. So the lower we keep it, the more you save basically at the end of the day. So yes, John, definitely keep it. I'm just going to keep it at 5% for now. And price impact, you can see at the bottom, gives you a little just a little synopsis here, what's going to go happen. So let's say swap. Now it says confirm swap. This is what your confirm swap is. Slippage tolerance, 5%. So the output's estimated, you will receive at least 277. So there's now when the fees has been deducted from your amount that you want to put in, and you say confirm swap, and it says waiting for confirmation. Now you see MetaMask jumps up. It recognizes you want to do a swap, but there's some transactions happening on the blockchain. So you just scroll down, and it gives you again this little thing and say you want to now buy a Bitcoin BTAF token. You have to go confirm or reject. And it's also saying new gas experience here. So I will just say confirm. Transaction submitted, transaction receipt, and let's quickly see. It's pending. So while it's now busy processing and pending, and the swap now finished. You see it was pending, and now the swap finished. So let's go back to assets and just add BTAF to wallet. And there we have it. I now pressed the double. Sorry, I pressed the button double. That's why it's two things. But then you will see your BTAF token is now in your MetaMask, and it shows up. And you have now you're the proud owner of some BTAF tokens. So yeah, that's basically it. And that is how quick and easy it can be to buy BTAF token. Like I said, just make sure in future, please, about your contract addresses here on top, especially there. Especially Bitcoin BTAF token here. Make sure this is the contract address you're using. Otherwise, it can be a scammer that can take some funds from you. So, John, that's basically all from me. I don't know if there's any questions.
No, just on that point as well. I mean, make sure that there is an HTTPS secure for at least for BTAFtoken.io. But you can always go check us out. Go search for BTAF token on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko as well. And as a reminder, go and star us, favorite us, give us a like, feeling good on those websites as well. Always make sure that the contract address that you are using is correct.
Just the different thing is there's two tabs here, assets and activity. You can always go check out your activity right here. And assets will remain underneath here. But another thing that's very, very important, once you're done with MetaMask, click here and say lock. You want to lock your MetaMask every time you finish. It's very, very integrally important. If you keep your MetaMask open whilst on a browser, on the internet, there's a risk that it also can be a huge security risk for you. So while you're busy working with it, it's fine. And look how cute that fox is, just following your icon. He agrees. He's shaking. You see, he's nodding his head. Always lock it, please. You just need to make sure of that. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Safety and security. I mean, we've spoken a couple of times in the last couple of weeks around your privacy and your data, making sure that you're using the correct contract address. This week as well, we had a great little article there from Donna Cien talking about not your keys, not your crypto, reminding you about your private keys as well as your seed phrases, keeping that kind of thing secure as well. And this is tantamount. We don't want any of you to have any of your tokens stolen, or if you've lost something. But do reach out to us at any point. You know, we are on the socials. You can find us obviously on btaftoken.io. You can drop a support ticket there. By all means, do reach out. So thank you for that, Nico. That was really comprehensive, and I think that explains things really nicely. It's also really great if, for instance, you are wanting to, you've got your platinum or your diamond key HODL bag, and you're keeping that because we have alluded to 2 weeks ago, we have spoken about the staking contracts that will be coming up in the next couple of weeks. So definitely keep an eye out for that. That's super exciting. But also if, like we mentioned, some of the projects that we're looking at as well. So if you have your main HODL bag of your BTAF tokens, this is a nice, really easy way, like Nico's demonstrated, how to create even a second wallet there on MetaMask, and how you can then transfer some BNB across for gas fees, and then being able to go to PancakeSwap and buy some more tokens so you can trade with. It's like Morris has said as well, BTAF Pay, definitely a really great option as well. So to collect those tokens, use those tokens out on bitcointaf.com. Just a quick reminder as well, before we get to, if there are any further Q&A or any other questions, is that the March gifting airdrop is coming up next week, Wednesday, the 1st of March. As a reminder, we will pop in another reminder in the announcement channel and our socials. If you have not yet as such completed your gifting airdrop form, please do so. It is out in the announcement channel. It is probably pinned, but we will drop it again. We'd like to hear from you by, say, Monday, the 27th, just so we have enough time to be able to process those. So we will be commencing with the gifting airdrop on the 1st. And then, as we've mentioned as well, in the month of March, we're looking at releasing those staking options. More information on that to come in the next week or so. We did touch on it in the previous AMA. So yeah. And then another thing, to the 3 winners of the Gleam contest, we had a huge outpouring of love for the BTAF token in our community. So thank you to those, and those 3 winners have been contacted, and their prizes are on their way. Such incredible prizes as well. So let's have a quick listen to what Wendy has to say. Hello, Mama Bear, welcome to it.
Thanks for that, John. Great presentation, Nico. Thank you for that. I know the community would really appreciate that step-by-step instruction, and I'm glad we're recording this for them so that we can put that out there. I did want to make a mention of, I have received, for those people who might have a question, I have received some unstaking request forms. I have not done any in the last 2 days because I was traveling. So apologies, we're usually right on top of those, and be looking for that. They will be sent back, that your TAF token, if you are waiting on them, will be unstaked within the next 24 hours. So I will endeavor to make sure that those forms are all done. As soon as they're done, then you can put in your form to request your BTAF tokens, and you should have plenty of time to get in for the next March airdrop. So everything will be on task and on time for that. So I'm just letting you know that I apologize for the last 2 days. I had retail therapy to take care of. Okay.
That is important. Speaking about importance, Wendy, there's a question there for you in the Q&A if you'd like to answer it.
We have not visited that yet on the paused BTAF token airdrop. At this particular time, we are still on task for, if you have, that's a great question, so thank you for that. We are monitoring the airdrops every single month in which we do them. We are waiting for the staking platforms to be launched and to be finished. So nothing will happen before the staking platforms are up and running. And then at that time, we can revisit. But right now, if you have TAF tokens and you're putting in a request form and you have 3,000 and under, you get paid them out on the next airdrop. If you have them and they are between 3,000 and 10,000, you're on a 4-month allocation we divvy those up in 4 months. If you have 10,000 or more, you're put on a 10-month allocation at this particular time. We are doing the best that we can in the best interest of the stakeholders to monitor the BTAF tokens to make sure that the token is regulated really well each and every month. And so we will revisit the ones that have been paused for selling off on a case-by-case basis as soon as the staking contracts are up, and then we will endeavor to let you know what we decided that time. Once we're footed and grounded really well, we will make the decision at that time with the team, and we will keep you posted. But thank you for that question. Is there any others?
Yes, there's a question there. Are there other ways to secure your MetaMask wallet until when a decision we get around cold storage options? MetaMask wallet doesn't have 2FA like most other platforms. Nico, if you'd like to jump in there.
Yes, as far as I know, like I said, keeping it locked the way it's locked. Yeah, two-factor authentication for exchanges is so cool, really. I hope MetaMask gets it soon, but your password needs to be very good. Keep a very good password for MetaMask, as well as keep your account locked when not in use.
Cool. That was a great question. Very, very important. And this is what we do focus on here, is your safety and your security as well.
That was a good question. We want to be open and honest with the community. So the question, since I will not be receiving the total amount of BTAF for several months, I would like to stake it. And we understand that. But right at this particular time, you will be able to, as soon as the staking contracts are up and running, the BTAF tokens that you have received up until the time that they're open for you, you'll be able to stake. Now, the staking platforms will be available to you each and every month to add additional TAF tokens as you're going to stake them. Again, we just want to be upfront and honest. We haven't made a decision yet on how we're going to finish up the allocation process. We have to be very careful with this as we're going through the process. But the tokens that you have, you will be able to stake them, and you will be able to add to them as each and every month you get more staking to them. Again, if you hold through the whole process anyway, you still get a bonus at the end. There is a 1% bonus added on, so you will be earning as you're holding them, and you haven't yet received them. So we'll revisit that in the coming months as we go along. But just give us some time to get through the process and get everything up and running for you to the best of our ability. But I do appreciate that question, Daniel. I know a lot of people have that question. So we will be revisiting things as we go. Okay.
Thanks to all of you who are here and those of you who've been participating. I wouldn't say it pays to be in it, but it's important to ask these questions and have a deeper understanding of not only of the project, but again, the mechanics of how to buy and how to swap and how to import tokens and everything. So we want to make sure all of you, especially with the staking coming up ahead, as well as potential future projects as well, you want to make sure that you know how to do all of this. And this is why we here as the team of BTAF Token are here to answer those questions, but not only on these AMAs, which we'll be having about once a month, but obviously on our socials and on the back office. So in the back office as well, if you have any queries, please do drop us a support ticket there, or visit btaftoken.io and the FAQ section as well. Cool. And I think that's it for now, ladies and gents. Again, if you have further questions, do let us know. We are here for you. We're going to be announcing those staking options in the month of March. But first things first, get those Google Forms submitted for your gifting airdrop if you haven't yet already. There are some exciting things to come as well. So to the team, thank you everybody for being here. For all of you, our community, thanks for being on the call. And we'll see you in 2 weeks' time again on the 9th of March is when the next AMA is going to be. Thank you for that. Thank you. Anybody else, we'll see you soon. Take care.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good one. Bye-bye.